Hi friends, I'm Inu and today we'll be doing a short comparison between the Gran Turismo 5 and the Forza Motorsport 4. We'll be using an Audi R8 V8 car for our comparison because that is the only real supercar I've ever driven in my real life. And we'll be testing both the games on the Top Gear test track. The Forza 4 we'll be testing with a Fanatec Porsche 911 GT2 wheel, and the Gran Turismo will be testing with the Logitech G27 wheel. We'll be having ABS and stability control on, but again this is a simulation, so no steering assist and no brake assist. We'll start off with the Forza 4 basic starting menu, which is very simple. Career, play, community, auto vista, which is a new mode which demonstrates Kinect oriented demonstration of few selected cars. Free play, which is a single race quick play, Xbox Live Marketplace. It's a very simple and accessible user friendly menu. When you go into the career menu, it is again very simple and nothing out of ordinary, very user friendly. Now if you all of a sudden think that you're watching a cinema, it's not. It's actually the Gran Turismo 5 opening menu, P670. It's actually the car on my garage that I'm using right now. So it's again another car for my garage, the Lotus Elise. You can see the detailing. The premium cars on the Gran Turismo 5 are as detailed as they get. Inside the career also, Gran Turismo 5 is more flamboyant. There is an A spec, B spec, there are special events, there is a license testing, and it's actually more happening. So on the whole, this is the Gran Turismo 5 starting menu for you. Forza, well, if you name a car, it's there on the Forza. No Porsche this time on the Forza 4, but still, I mean, every car on the planet, the SSC Ultimate Aero, Veyron Super Sport, every Ferrari, you have rough also, but I expected a few more rough cars. Now going to our selected model, the Audi R8, which I have actually driven in my real life, so I'll be driving that in white. So, and now this is Forza 4 for you. If you have been thinking that I was a hardcore GT5 fan and showing you all the goodies from the GT5 only, guys, you were wrong. This is Forza 4 and this is as good as it gets. The cars are awesomely detailed, though I feel that this car looks a little wider in flesh, but again, you know, eyes can always betray you. So this is the Audi R8 which we are gonna race on. This is the Gran Turismo 5 car selection menu. Very simple this time, no dramas. You just go to the and all cars are not available in the single player race menus here. You'll have to actually, there are 50 odd cars that are available. The rest you'll have to buy from your career and mark them as favorites. Only then you can play them in the single player races. So if you are just a man who wants to try different cars on different tracks and record lap times, it's hard life for you. You'll have to play through the career and earn money, digital money, and have to buy cars. So again, here we'll drive a white one because that's the one I have driven in real life. So I want things to be exactly the same as it was. This is the Top Gear test track on Forza 4. Very well rendered. The car I've shown you. This is the Gran Turismo 5 startup menu. On the Gran Turismo 5, we are doing a rolling start there. On Forza 4, we had done a standstill start. Now I'll do a comparison on the different camera views that you have, more so on the cockpit camera view, because that is the real simulator view that, you know, simulator. This is the Gran Turismo 5 Audi R8 in cockpit view. It's very detailed. The higher polygon counts actually shows, I mean, the curves and lines, everything are so detailed. Also, I mean, okay, this is the, you know, more of an arcade view. I can see the whole car. So we'll be driving with the simulator view in cockpit view on. This is the Forza. This is the Forza for you. And the cockpit view, not so detailed, very clear. The lightings has changed. It's more, the car lightings have changed from the Forza 3, so it's better than it was. Now we are starting to race actually on the Top Gear test track with an Audi R8, and we'll do cut comparisons now, as in we'll show a part of the track racing with the R8 from Forza, and then we'll shift to the Gran Turismo one. This is the Forza 4 Audi R8 running. You can keep an eye on the clock that's there on the right hand top corner of your screen. This is the Gran Turismo 5, but you can see the cockpit. They are more dimensional. If you have a 3D TV with 3D glasses, I think it will feel super real. It almost shows 3D on non-3D television. So this is the R8 on the Top Gear test track running in the Gran Turismo 5. I'll let you know when we shift to Forza again. Stunning physics. Oh, I go out. This is again Forza. The difference is sound-wise, I think the car sounds more like the Forza 4 car. I will not say that it sounds exactly like the Forza 4 R8, but again, it definitely does not sound like the GT5 R8. This is the GT5 R8. The handling is, well, very much like the Gran Turismo 5 Audi R8 actually. Yes, the center of gravity on the Forza 4 car, I think, is set a little higher than it should have been, and so we are having to brake, I mean, at times a little harder than we should actually be. So yes, handling wise, suspension setting wise, I think the Gran Turismo 5 R8 is almost spot on. Though the Forza, the weight distribution on the 4 different tires and other things, the suspension setup on the Forza 4 is much improved from Forza 3, and that shows. But there are some points where we are having to actually brake a little harder than we have to on real R8. This is the Forza 4 R8, and we finish. This is the GT5 R8. We are almost about to finish the Top Gear test track lap. After this, we are going to see the real life comparison of the real R8 running in the track with the replays from these two, the Forza 4 and GT5 R8s. This is where we see. So which one is real, guys? Pick it up. Oh, we have already marked it, so please don't try. I mean, this is the proof of how real and how good, how close to the real thing the Forza 4 and Gran Turismo 5 are. I mean, 10 years back when we used to play Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit and things like that, I mean, they were hardly anything compared to this. The track and the car on the Forza 4, I think the track at times is a little too bright, the light reflects a little too much, and the car at times looks too shiny in the replays. In the Gran Turismo 5, I think if you're driving a premium car on a premium track, I doubt if you'll be able to make out that it's not real. It's a game cutscene that you're actually watching. So it's that real. 124.4 Top Gear test track time by the real car under wet conditions. Now that is a edited video, so the video is actually shorter than the actual lap time. But the official time is 1 minute 24 seconds, 0.4 seconds. So you can check that, you can cross-verify that. On the Gran Turismo 5, 1 minute 23.62, very close under dry conditions. Forza 4, 127.99. So, after looking at the lap times, you guys must be thinking that I would probably say that Forza 4 is not as good, is not as realistic. But guys, I'll tell you this, you're absolutely wrong. Forza Motorsport 4 is an outstanding game in its own right. Yeah, there are a few problems, and one of them is I'm very new to the game. I have just played it for 2 to 3 days, and I was pitting it against the Gran Turismo 5, which I have been playing for, say, at least quite a few many months. Another thing, my Fanatec GT2 pedals are causing a lot of problem. Well, again, I would not criticize Fanatec for this, because I just sent them a small video and they're sending me a replacement immediately, and it's on the way. It'll be reaching me very soon. So what I would say is that Forza 4 is an outstanding game, and it's well worth it for any gamer or sim racer. I mean, Forza 4 is a definite must. Yes, I felt that on the Audi R8, the center of gravity felt a little higher, and there was a bit of body roll while taking turns, and yes, we had to brake a little bit more harder than we had to on the GT5 or on the real car. Another thing I would say is, on both the games, be it the Gran Turismo 5 or the Forza Motorsport 4, the grip levels that you get while driving a real Audi R8 is much more than you're driving on the simulations. The grip, actually what happens is, and you would ask me that how come that you're saying that the grip levels are lower on the Sims, but your Gran Turismo 5 lap times are actually higher than the real car. I'll tell you this. See, when you're driving a real car, the biggest fear that you have in mind is an accident that would ruin your $1 million machine, and the second is the fear of death. When you're driving on a simulation, you don't have these two, so you can actually afford to brake late and take a few more risks while you turn. All you do is to restart the race, which does not happen in real life. So I would say that the lack of grip is being compensated by the lack of fear in the Sims, and which I think Gran Turismo has balanced very well, and which results in very similar lap times to the real life. Apart from that, yes, and another thing, people who are thinking that simulation is all about making life hard on the racing games. I mean, reducing the stability control, anti-lock brakings, and everything else, and making the car as hard as possible to drive. That is not true. I think you should always pick a few cars from the car lists which you have actually driven in real life, and then you should actually try and tune and give some time to the game to actually know that, okay, now I feel that it's somewhat like the real thing. So that is how you actually will be able to make good setup. Simulation, after all, means replicating real life. Simulation does not mean tough, and arcade does not mean easy. So that's not the meaning. Simulation means as close as real. So I would suggest that very much. And always play with the force feedback wheel if you actually want to get the real feel of a simulation game. And what else? If you ask me now to choose who's the winner amongst the Forza 4 and the Gran Turismo 5, well, I'll tell you this. None are winners and none of these are losers. Both these games or simulations are the best that you can get in the world. I'm already improving on the Forza 4. I mean, I was very new to it when I did this test video. So it's great. It is great, and both are terrific. And the winner, who is the winner? Winners are those who are having an Xbox 360 and an PlayStation 3, both the consoles at their home, and these two titles. So just people who don't have any one of these, please don't criticize the other, because as far as these two are concerned, you need both. If you are a really die-hard sim racer, get both. So thanks for watching and tolerating me for so long. This is Inu from GTNFSForzacars.com signing off. Have a great day and all the best for everything you do in life. Thank you.